Anybody make resolutions? I'll go on and admit it, some of you do. Yeah. But do we follow through with the whole year? No, my Bible says she does. She's the only one on God's green earth that does.
No. Okay, fine.
I'm sorry. But I was making faces at her now, I'm really in trouble. She done turned the video on. But yeah, we have trouble keeping. Whether we try or not, we have trouble keeping them. And we usually fall short. I liked Peter. Peter was an interesting character in the Bible. I don't know if it was Carrie or Brother Allen, just in the recent weeks, somebody was talking about Peter and his responses to Christ. And remember the fishing incident where Jesus told them to put their nets on the right side of the boat. And Peter comes out of that boat and speaking to God, he says, "Depart from me, Lord, for I'm a sinful man." He knew that he was unworthy, that he'd fallen short. But when we make those resolutions, lots of times we do want to make change, but we know we don't have the power to change in and of ourselves. So we need Christ. That's what we should make our resolution to have a better vision of Christ, to be more Christ-like. Colossians chapter 3, if you want to turn with me there. Colossians chapter 3, verses 1 through 17, I think are a good place for us to look, to set our vision right. I'm reading from the NIV, Colossians chapter 3, verse 1. "Since then, you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. Because of these, the wrath of God is coming. You used to walk in these ways in the life you once lived, but now you must also rid yourself of all such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. Do not lie to each other, since you have taken off your old self with its practices, and have put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge in the image of its Creator. Here there is no Gentile or Jew, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave, or free, but Christ is all and is in all. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. For over all these virtues, over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Let me read that again. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you are called to peace, and be thankful. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly, as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom through psalms and hymns and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. We need to use the power of Christ in our lives to shape our resolutions, to shape our walk, to shape who we are, what we are, how we act. There's a song that I think, talks to resolution well. In fact, it's called I Am Resolved. Let's go to page 177 of your handbook. This song was written, according to my notes, in 1896. And the history says the writer was on the way to a convention of Christian workers when he wrote this. The first verse says, I am resolved no longer to linger, charmed by the world's delights, things that are higher, things that are nobler. These have allured my sight. I am resolved, and who will go with me? Come, friends, without delay, taught by the Bible, led by the Spirit, we'll walk the heavenly way. Let's turn to 177. Carrie, I think about B flat might work for that. Let's sing that song.